Welcome back to the College CEO Podcast.
Hey,
Today we are going on a deep dive into something that honestly sounds almost too good to be true.
yeah, it really does at first glance.
Right, but the data absolutely backs it up. We are unpacking what our sources call the lazy student business model.
Which is a great name.
It is. And the mission for this deep dive is simple. We are going to talk about how to take months of grueling product development and compress it down into mere hours.
Yeah, that months to hours claim, it definitely sounds like marketing hype.
Oh, 100%.
But the evidence we've pulled together completely supports it. I mean, we are looking at multiple field and experimental studies, including research from the National Bureau of Economic Research and Science.
Big hitters.
Exactly. And they show that generative AI provides massive, measurable productivity and quality gains for knowledge work tasks.
Meaning people are just getting things done way faster.
Faster, and the quality of the output is actually lifting too. And here's the crucial part for our deep dive today. Those studies show that the largest performance gains, they consistently show up for less experienced cohorts.
Okay, let's put that into perspective for everyone listening. If you are a student, maybe a solo builder, or just someone who feels like a total novice in the digital product space, AI is literally your unfair advantage.
It levels the playing field.
It totally lowers the barrier to entry. So the goal of this deep dive is to give you a roadmap so that literally just 48 hours from now, you will have a narrowly scoped digital product,
Yep.
a conversion competent sales page, a working checkout link, and a focused first sales sequence ready to go.
Because this method is custom built for time-poor builders. In our research stack, there are actually 5 very specific listener personas identified who benefit the most from this.
Let's run through those.
Yeah, as we go through this, see which one sounds like you. First, there's the overwhelmed solo operator. You have skills, but no productized offer. And your main objection is that you just don't have the time to build a massive course.
Right, that's the person who spends, 6 months recording a 40-hour video course in their bedroom closet.
Sweating in the dark.
Exactly, only to launch it to absolute crickets.
That's a painfully common scenario. Then second, there's the student builder. You're still learning, maybe struggling with low confidence. You're constantly thinking, well, I'm not an expert yet.
Which is where the AI levels things up.
Right. Third is the creator with a small audience. You have some followers, but low monetization, and you're terrified of looking too salesy if you launch something.
Nobody wants to alienate their small, loyal following.
Exactly. Fourth is the service provider, like a coach, a designer, a developer. You are currently selling your time and desperately want to productize a repeatable deliverable, but you're just paralyzed by the fear of it not being perfect.
And looking at the notes here, the fifth one is the corporate side hustler.
Yes.
This is someone with limited risk tolerance. You want a clean, compliant side product, and you're worried about legal risks, intellectual property, disclosure rules, all that stuff.
But whichever bucket you fall into, the core philosophy of this weekend sprint remains exactly the same.
And what is that philosophy?
The overarching concept is deeply rooted in the lean startup methodology, specifically the build, measure, learn loop coined by Eric Ries.
Build, measure, learn.
Exactly. The goal of this weekend isn't to build a magnum opus, it's to build the minimum viable product, the MVP. It is all about validated learning. You are creating the smallest possible asset that produces the maximum amount of learning and real market signal.
Which actually brings us to a positioning statement from the sources that is so important. I'm going to make it our mantra today.
Let's hear it.
Tonight, we're building the smallest digital product that can earn the first dollar. Because the first sale is not a finish line. It's proof you're solving something real.
That is the whole game right there. Proof.
I really want everyone listening to internalize that as we break down this timeline.
Right. So to execute this, we need a strict 48-hour sprint schedule. Let's start with Friday night.
Friday night, the wedge and validation.
Yep. It's 6:30 p.m. on Friday. The very first step is picking the wedge. You have to pick a narrowly defined problem. And the rule from our sources is incredibly simple, but ruthless.
If you can't describe your ideal buyer and their painful problem in exactly one sentence, your idea is too big.
Way too big.
Let's clarify what a bad wedge looks like versus a good one, because I think people usually struggle with this part. A bad wedge would be something like, I want to help people be more productive.
Yeah, that is far too vast. You're competing with thousands of generic apps and books.
Right.
A good wedge needs specific constraints. You need to say something like, I help freelance graphic designers automate their client onboarding process.
That is super specific.
Once you have that one-sentence clarity, you move right to the validation phase. So Friday night, from roughly 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m., is all about validation assets.
And notice we aren't building the product yet.
Not at all. You're drafting a direct message script, a mini survey, and identifying 10 outreach targets.
Okay, hold on. Sliding into 10 people's DMs on a Friday night sounds kind of terrifying. Won't people just ignore you or think it's spam?
They absolutely will if you do it wrong.
Fair enough.
The core interviewing principle you must follow here draws heavily from established customer discovery frameworks like the MOM test.
Ah, great book.
The rule is, talk about their life, not your idea. Do not pitch. Focus entirely on their current workflow, their pain points, and what they are already spending money on to try and fix it.
Give me an example. What does a bad DM look like compared to a good one under this MOM test framework?
A bad DM says, hey, I'm building a $19 graphic design template, want to buy it?
Yeah, I'm deleting that instantly.
It immediately puts people on the defensive. A good MOM test DM says, hey, I saw you're freelancing too. What's the most frustrating part of onboarding new clients right now?
Much better. It's an actual conversation starter.
Exactly. You are looking for a strong intent signal through that conversation. That could be someone eventually agreeing to a paid beta at an early bird price, or even just signing up for a free waitlist. You need that signal before you ever start building.
Imagine saving yourself 6 months of building a product nobody wants just by having 10 honest conversations on a Friday night.
It's the ultimate hack.
So assuming you get that signal, you go to sleep Friday, wake up Saturday morning, and it is time for AI-assisted assembly.
Time to build.
From 9 a.m. to noon, the AI is doing the heavy lifting.
This is where we see those massive productivity gains mentioned in the research. You use an AI tool, like OpenAI, as your drafting and structuring accelerator. The workflow is a simple 4-step loop: prompt, outline, draft, refine.
Let's pause here. If I just open an AI tool and type, "Write me a course," it's going to spit out generic garbage.
Pure fluff.
How are we actually prompting this to get something usable?
That's the trap most people fall into. You have to instruct the AI with specific roles and constraints. A strong prompt looks like this. Act as an expert instructional designer. I am building a toolkit for freelance graphic designers to automate client onboarding. Create a strict, step-by-step outline for a 3-page checklist that solves this problem.
And the sources are very clear that you aren't asking it to write a 300-page textbook.
No, absolutely not.
You are building something hyper-focused: a template, a checklist, a swipe file, a prompt pack, or a mini guide. The golden rule here is that your buyer must be able to consume the product and take action on it in under 30 minutes.
But we also have to do a reality check on the constraints of using AI, especially for that corporate side hustler persona who is worried about operational risks.
Right, the legal stuff.
You cannot just copy, paste, and ship. First is accuracy. AI outputs can hallucinate facts and they can be non-unique. You must do a human accuracy pass. You are ultimately responsible for the truthfulness of the product.
So AI is the sous chef, but you are the head chef. You have to taste the soup before you serve it.
That's a perfect analogy. Second is copyright. Current U.S. Copyright Office guidance emphasizes that human authorship is required for copyright protectability.
So the AI can't own a copyright.
Right, and purely AI-generated material may not qualify for you either. You must add real differentiation, your own unique insights or frameworks to these AI-assisted works.
Got it.
And third, claims. You cannot make claims that require regulated proof. No guaranteed income, no guaranteed health outcomes, no get-rich-quick promises. Advertising platforms like Google have strict policies against misleading or unrealistic claims, and they will penalize your account or ban you entirely.
Okay, so looking at these sources for Saturday afternoon, the next step is building the sales page.
Yeah.
Now that you have your asset, you need a place to sell it.
Yep.
But I noticed none of the recommended sales pages look like those aggressive late-night infomercial sites. Why is the copy so simple?
The phrase the sources use is clarity over cleverness. A sales page is a clarity document, not a hype document. You're solving a micro problem, so you don't need a massive psychological sales letter.
Keep it straightforward.
The architecture for a high-converting page is surprisingly simple. You need a clear hero section at the very top. This includes a headline, a subhead, 3 bullet points, and a clear call to action, or CTO.
What goes below the fold? after that hero section.
Below that, you need scannable benefits. Use a structure like finish faster, reduce risk, or ship with confidence.
Very punchy.
Then explicitly list the specific deliverables they're getting. Are they getting a PDF, a Notion template, a spreadsheet? Tell them exactly what is inside the box. Finally, include an FAQ section to handle any lingering objections.
And you can use the AI to help draft those sections on Saturday afternoon, applying the exact same prompting rules we discussed earlier.
Exactly.
So by 5:30 p.m. on Saturday, you have your product, you have your copy, but you have to hook up the plumbing. You need a way to actually take money and deliver the digital file.
A tech stack.
The sources list: Stripe, Gumroad, Lemon Squeezy, Payhip, Kit, MailChimp. Let's slow down. If I'm a student builder and my head is spinning right now, what is the absolute simplest, idiot-proof combination I should pick for tomorrow?
For the absolute fastest setup with the fewest moving parts, use Stripe. You can create shareable payment links in minutes without writing a single line of code.
That's amazing.
You just connect your bank account, upload your digital file directly to the Stripe product dashboard, and when someone pays, Stripe just emails them the file automatically.
That sounds perfect. Why would anyone use the other platforms mentioned then, like Lemon Squeezy or Gumroad?
Those platforms act as a merchant of record. If you sell a digital product globally, you are technically responsible for collecting and remitting digital sales taxes in various jurisdictions.
Wait, before we move on, for our global listeners, what are we actually talking about here? Are we talking about VAT?
Yes. VAT stands for Value Added Tax, which is standard across the EU, the UK, and many other regions. Tracking and paying VAT to a dozen different countries on a $19 checklist is an operational nightmare.
I can imagine.
A merchant of record acts as the seller on your behalf. They handle all the tax collection and remittance automatically, and then they just pay you the remaining profit. It is a massive relief for solo builders who want zero tax headaches.
That is a crucial distinction. So Stripe for raw speed, merchant of record to eliminate tax compliance headaches. And what about Kit and MailChimp?
If you aren't using your storefront's built-in page builder, tools like Kit, which used to be ConvertKit, or MailChimp are the standalone go-tos. They offer easy landing page builders and built-in reporting for capturing emails.
Okay, so Saturday night, your product is done, your page is up, your checkout works. You sleep well. Sunday morning rolls around, it's launch day.
The best day.
From 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., you are building the pre-launch stack. You are drafting one launch email, 2 follow-up emails, 5 social media posts, and maybe a few partner pitch messages if you have friends in your niche.
And just as we had a legal reality check for the product itself, we need a compliance reality check for the marketing.
Of course.
First, testimonials. Do not, under any circumstances, generate fake reviews or use AI to write fake testimonials. Endorsements are heavily evaluated under FTC enforcement principles.
Just to clarify for our international audience, the FTC is the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, right?
Yeah.
Basically the consumer protection watchdog.
Correct. The FTC mandates that if you use a testimonial, it must be experience-based. Ask your Friday Night Baby user, what was the situation before? What changed after using the tool?
Keep it real.
Always. Also, you must disclose any material connections. If you are giving a partner an affiliate incentive, say a 50% cut to promote your product to their audience, they have to explicitly disclose that financial relationship in their post.
Makes sense. What about the classic only 3 spots left timer that resets every time you refresh the page? We see urgency and scarcity tactics everywhere.
That is exactly what gets you in trouble. If you use scarcity, it must be truthful scarcity. If you are doing a beta price strategy for your founding cohort, or a single price plus fast bump, like selling it for $39 this weekend and jumping to $59 on Tuesday, you have to actually follow through.
So if I say capacity is limited to 15 people because I am personally reviewing their setups, I have to cut off the checkout at 15.
You must cap it at 15. If you say the price rises in 72 hours, raise the price. If you fake a countdown timer, you risk deception, regulatory scrutiny, and serious ad policy violations. Treat scarcity as a real operational constraint, not just a psychological trick.
That makes a lot of sense. So Sunday at noon, you actually hit send. You send that launch email. You post your contrarian thesis or your wedge on social media.
And you go back to the DMs.
Right. You go back to those warm DMs from Friday night and say, hey, I built this based on our conversation. Want the beta link? And then you spend Sunday afternoon handling replies, closing sales, and onboarding those first few buyers.
Then at 4 p.m. on Sunday, you shift from launching to analyzing. This is the measure part of the build, measure, learn loop. You need to look at the data.
What are we looking for?
What happened? Did you get a lot of traffic to the page, but no clicks on the buy button? Did you get clicks on the buy button, but 0 sales at checkout? Did you get sales, but immediate refund requests?
The sources keep mentioning CTR and CVR when evaluating this data. We should probably define those so everyone is on the same page.
Good call. CTR is your click-through rate. This measures the percentage of people who see your link, say, in an email or a social post, and actually click on it to visit your page.
And CVR.
CVR is your conversion rate. This measures the percentage of people who land on your sales page and actually complete the purchase.
Let's run a hypothetical. Imagine 100 people visit the page and 2 people buy. That's a 2% CVR. Is that good or bad?
For a cold digital product, a 1 to 3% conversion rate is actually fairly standard. But the beauty of the weekend sprint is that the data tells you exactly what to iterate.
How so?
If you have traffic but no clicks, your CTR is low, meaning your hero section or your initial promise is weak. If you have clicks but no sales, your CVR is dropping at the finish line, which means your price might be wrong or your checkout friction is just too high.
So even if you made $0 this weekend, you still won. You bought data in 48 hours instead of buying fantasies over 6 months of secret building.
Precisely.
You now know exactly what to fix for next week. You take that data, refine the offer, and run the loop again.
The key takeaway from all our sources is that the lazy student business model succeeds through microscopic scope control, not brilliance. You are not trying to be the smartest person on the internet. You are trying to solve one specific pain point for one specific person with a tool that takes them 30 minutes to use.
And while AI is an incredible accelerator for getting past the blank page syndrome and compressing timelines, it does not absolve you of responsibility.
Definitely not.
The creator ultimately remains responsible for the truth, the accuracy, the differentiation, and the legal compliance of the final product and the marketing. AI gives you speed, you provide the integrity.
That's a great way to put it.
I'm going to say our positioning statement one last time because it is the entire foundation of this deep dive. Tonight, we're building the smallest digital product that can earn the first dollar because the first sale is not a finish line, it's proof you're solving something real.
Which leaves us with a rather provocative thought to end on. We've just established that the lean MVP method, combined with AI, has completely destroyed the classic excuses.
The excuses are gone.
You can no longer say, I don't have enough time, or I'm not a good writer, or I don't know how to code a checkout page. All the technical and operational barriers to launching a business have essentially dropped to zero.
So what does that mean for you, the listener?
It means we have to ask a hard question. If the technical barriers are gone, what is the real psychological barrier keeping you from sending those 10 validation DMs tonight? Are you perhaps using the desire to build a massive, perfect product as a comfortable place to hide?
Wow.
Because as long as you are still building, you never have to face the reality of the market's feedback.
Hiding behind perfection so you don't have to face rejection. That is a powerful thought to leave on. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Get out there, pick your wedge, use your AI unfair advantage, and go get that first dollar this weekend. We will catch you on the next one.